Alright boys and girls, it is your boy Tigu back once again on the microphone with some commentary. Today we are doing a strictly chest workout on the tennis courts, okay? If you got a band and dumbbells, you can do this. I always do this first little movement right here. It's kind of for shoulder mobility, all three of these movements. Left arm, the right arm, and then we go with the face pulls with the band. Very easy here. You can just tie the band to anything that can hold it. You know, fence. I'm using a fence right here. You could tie it to a pole, whatever. But the whole idea for these movements right here is just to warm up those rear delts. That what is it called? The what is it? Oh my gosh, I am losing it right now. The back shoulder rotator cuff. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. Anyways. So right here, I normally don't do this, but I decided to do some kind of flies with the bands. You can see I tied I'm using two bands there. And I'm just doing that just because I know I'm not going to be able to do as many different exercises with the equipment that I have. So I'm trying to just get a little bit of exhaustion in the chest before I actually start. And now here we are into the flat bench press because I don't have an incline. There's no incline benches just laying around at the park for me to use, right guys? So we're here just on this park bench. I had some towels with me, luckily. Unfortunately, they're a little bit wet because the bench was wet. Had to wipe it up and then putting the towel there because otherwise this, you know, there's a little bit of cushion in, you know, gym benches, right? And there's not here. So it actually hurts a lot, and I'm pretty sure I was getting either like blisters or I got bruised. I got bruised for sure. Anyways, so we warmed up with the 30-pound dumbbells, then we did the 50-pound dumbbells, and now here's how I set up the band. It was not brought to my attention until recently that there's a better way to set it up. You can just wrap it around your back instead of wrapping it under the bench like this because it was kind of hard to set up. You know, put one end of the band in each of your hands. But honestly, I think when I wrap it around under the bench like this, it's probably better because when I wrap it around my back, you see where the band is wrapping around the bench, it ends up higher on your back just naturally for some reason. When I do it on the park bench, under the bench, the band starts a little lower there, so the angle's a little different. And I feel like when the angle is this way, then you have to, you know, use your upper chest a little bit more in order to bring your chest close. So anyways, after I went through progressions. I went through the orange band by itself, then two orange bands, and now we're here with a red band and an orange band. And guys, this is actually pretty freaking difficult. At the bottom, you don't feel much difference, but as you push up and the band starts resisting you, it is very difficult. And it's also very difficult to get into position because with the bands like pulling on your arms as you're trying to get into setup position, it's just really awkward. But anyways, yeah, so we started off with the flat bench. You know, I always just do inclined bench, so it's a little different for me to do this flat bench. But check this out. This is it. Look at see the upper pecs, the upper chest right there. Boom. I am very convinced that that is because of the angle of these bands. Notice how the band, look at that, how it comes from a little lower on my back. So I have to squeeze my upper chest to bring it together. But you can see that I am definitely getting a pump, definitely going to work out from this. Oh man, the striations, that's crazy. And here's a little bit of posing just to show. Oh my god, look at those striations. Oh yeah, we're really just trying to hold on to the size here though. This looks really bad. Okay guys, so anyways, I'm at the tennis courts. I should have like said this earlier before, like talk about my workout earlier, but I thought I was gonna go to work. I'm hunching down because my camera's a little too low. I thought I was gonna have work at 8, so I was trying to just like get in my workout and get in and get out, but the courts, the tennis courts, if you can see behind me, tennis courts are pretty soaked, so work got canceled, so now I can just screw around, take as much time as I want. So now I can actually talk about it. So basically I'm doing, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm just trying to do a little bit of chest work, you know, to make sure I can hold on to as much muscle as possible. And honestly, you really just need the basics, you know, like I'm only doing like, because all I got is bench, right, and some dumbbells and bands. So I'm really just doing two movements, basically just doing flat bench with bands and dumbbells and dumbbell. I'm gonna be doing flies after this. I just did like a bunch of sets, I think like 7 sets already, and my chest is definitely pumped. I think I have a clip that I took a second ago, maybe. But yeah, this is not like I'm not just saying it just because like, oh yeah, like I'm just trying to get people to watch or something. It's like this actually has my chest really pumped up because the bands is just a different stimulus. I've never done that before on this kind of dumbbell. And I feel like the angle of the band, because I can't like actually set it up how I want because it's just really hard to get into the setup actually. The angle of the band actually makes me use my upper chest, because my upper chest is pretty pumped right now, which is what I like to work out anyways. But after this I'm gonna go to, I need to find a bench, because as you can see, look at this bench. This bench is a little, it's stuck into the ground, as you can see, and it's too close to the fence on the side, so I can't actually fly, because if I come down for the flies, my arm's just gonna hit the fence. But I think I spotted a bench over there, past this little tent thingy, or whatever that's called, that I can use, because it's like just a free bench just sitting there. So I have to move all my lovely equipment after this, but yeah, I'm gonna do a couple more sets of the flat dumbbell bench, a couple more sets I think with the bands, and then call it that for the flat bench. Okay, on to the next and surprisingly last exercise. That's really different than what I'm used to at the gym, where there's a lot of different exercises or more exercises to do. But anyways, we're going to the flat bench dumbbell fly. Once again, I normally always do this on the incline bench, but you know, whatever, we gotta work with what we have. And it was a hassle to move all of my stuff from that one bench inside the tennis courts to this random bench I found on one of the sidewalks outside the tennis courts. That kind of sucked. But anyways, yeah, so we're focusing on just doing a lot of sets and a lot of reps, because like I said before, guys, you know, you're not going to be able to get that same muscle fiber stimulation from just a raw weight, so you're going to have to get it through a little bit more reps. Once your muscle fibers, those first muscle fibers that activate, start getting tired because you've done so many reps, then those other muscle fibers that haven't gotten to take their turn yet come in and they're like, let me get some, and then that way you can kind of maintain your muscle. Once again, not the best way, not the easiest way I should say, to set up the band. I'll show you in a later video, guys, what I mean by wrapping it around your back if you don't understand that. But yeah, however, like I said, I think there is some merit to wrapping the band under the bench. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Looks so cool. Anyways, there's some merit to wrapping the band under the bench like this, just because I definitely feel like it gives you that upper chest activation. Look at this. Yeah, make sure you go a little bit slow, hold it at the top a bit. That's where you're gonna get all that contraction from. I have to repeat that every time, because I definitely know that some people are not watching all these workout videos. They just watch like 1 or 2, you know. And so bands, you know, they activate more once they're getting pulled out. That's that elastic tension, guys. You learn about that in science class. Stay in school. And yeah, so at the top, when the elastic tension is the highest, that's when you've got to get the most by contracting very hard with your muscles. Okay, so normally on my chest, oh God, this is so bad. Okay, anyways, normally on my chest days I do triceps as well, but honestly it's been like what, an hour and 30 out here just to do all these sets, taking breaks and like moving my stuff and everything. So I think I'm gonna save triceps. Like I'm probably gonna do an arm day, because I haven't done, like, I don't know how long this thing's gonna last, you know, the whole lockdown and gyms closed and stuff, but assuming it lasts 2 weeks, I'm just trying to like have something to do each day, you know, because it's like kind of hard to go out every day and do this kind of stuff on the courts, you know. But especially because the courts that I normally use at the beginning, you know, where I could stack up benches and stuff, like that place is just like closed, like locked down, so I can't use those anymore, and there's not benches and stuff to stack at this particular place, so doing some of the exercises is just not even gonna work anymore, so that really sucks. So yeah, I'm trying to like find ways to kind of, in a sense, stall workouts so I can like just have a little bit of something to do. Like the volume's gonna be less, of course, but at least there'll still be something going on. Anyways, that's gonna end this chest workout. Really pretty vanilla if you ask me. Anyway, it's time to go home. It's like 8:17 a.m. very early, so yep.